Hello, my name is Austin Carlisle. I'm the team lead for the capstone team in your orbit, and we did Project Cloud-Based Planetary Ephemerides. In this demo, I'm going to be showing a locally hosted web service that connects to an AWS-hosted DynamoDB instance that we can send label files to and retrieve ISDs back from. The ISDs will be cached on the AWS DynamoDB instance and easily retrieved so that we don't have to regenerate a new ISD if we're requesting a previously generated one. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go to the AWS console and we're going to go to the CloudFormation resource. We're going to hit Create Stack and we're going to choose Upload a Template File. We're going to choose that file automatically open to my YAML files. So we'll choose my Dynamo YAML file. We'll hit Next. We can name it whatever we want. We're going to name it ISD. We'll hit Next. Scroll all the way down. Hit Next again. Then scroll all the way down and everything's already set up perfectly, so we'll hit Submit. Now we're going to wait until it generates the DynamoDB table. Okay, sweet. It says it's set up, so we'll go over, look at our Dynamo tables, refresh, and we have one set up, so that's perfect. We'll get a live item count. It says there's 0 items, so there's no ISDs, so that's sweet. So now we'll go back. This is the directory I have the web service in. I'll ls just to show you, and then I'll run the command to run the web service. So now we can see it's set up and it's listening and it's running on the local host. So we're going to copy and paste that. And then I'm going to go right over. I have the tester client with a test label file in a test directory. And we're going to run Python test client, the name of the label file, and then the IP address that the web service is sitting on. Sweet. So it ran perfectly. We're going to go back here, switch back to the web service. We can see that we sent it a label file. It read through that. It began to process that label file, and it ran through every driver and failed until it got the correct one. We got a success state, and we generated an ISD. We could see that ISD generated right here, and we can see that it returned it, and everything was good. So now if we go here, it generated a returned ISDs folder. So if we go in there, we can see we have our test ISD back. We'll open that up real quick. And if you look here, we have our test ISD, and it's perfect. So now, if we get out of that, and we go back, and we rerun our tester client, perfect, it returned the ISD again. We can confirm this. Yes, it was modified, same exact ISD. If we go back here, and we do stat on it, we can see that it was created at 108 and it was modified at 109. So it was the same file, it was just overwritten, so we didn't generate a new ISD, it's the same ISD. And if we go back here, this is the second request. We can see that we read the label file and we returned an ISD, meaning we didn't go through this whole process, so we didn't regenerate one. We found the ISD on the caching server and we sent it right back without regenerating it. And now we can even confirm this because if we go here and we go get a live item count, we scan again, we have 1 item. So we only generated 1 ISD. So even though we ran that twice, we only generated once and we retrieved it from the cache a second time. That shows that we can send a label file to a AWS hosted we can send a label file to a local hosted web service that will cache it on an AWS hosted DynamoDB instance and correctly return it to a client. Thank you.